Okay, Assalamualaikum. This is our group project. Okay, next is our group members. The first is Ahmad Daniel Syafiq, Siti Aminah, Haziq Mirza, Muhammad Haziq Zakwan and Muhammad Aiman. Okay, the next is about background project. The shopping complex is a collection of independent grocery stores, services and parking areas maintained by a management firm. Shopping complex we can say is one of the progress in a place. That means the shopping complex is one of the centers to be built in the Pago area to be a multi-purpose place. There are many advantages that can make easier for residents around Pago. Among them can shop and have various commodities and services that can be found in the one roof. Okay.
Okay, for the objective, first, to make it easier for students to use the service, accessibility and facility that ensures the shopping experience at the mall and in the surrounding area. Second, to develop a marketing strategy for acquiring new customer, particular student, and increase market share. The shopping complex has a large customer base but few student customer. This marketing plan will include marketing goals and strategy for increased market share. Because the shopping complex is not on a normal walk to university, innovative and strategy proposal are required for successful delivery. And the last is to provide a better shopping environment for retail in terms of location attraction, population catchment area, ease of access, parking facility and overall shopping environment quality. Okay, this is the building layout. The drawing plan is use the AutoCAD. For the substructure component of the complex, what is substructure? The substructure is the lower portion of a building that is built below ground level. The substructure function is to transfer load from the superstructure to the underlying soil. The substructure has direct contact with the supporting soil. Okay, for the function of substructure, transfer load from the superstructure to the supporting soil. The substructure is responsible for transfer load from the superstructure to the underlying soil. As a result, the substructure has direct contact with the supporting soil. A portion of a building built below ground level, the structure that is below the plane, and the last is one type of level or base that supports superstructure, walls, column, and structure is the plane. For the foundation is the structure deep in the ground that is in direct contact with the superstructure. Foundation transfer all dead, live, and other loads that pass through it to the underlying soil. The foundation is built in such a way that the soil beneath it is stressed within its safe bearing capacity. Any foundation failure leads to the collapse of the building structure. Okay, next. For the type of shallow foundation have four types. First is solid footing, second combined footing, third spread footing, and the last is rough or mat footing. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, deep foundation have two types. First is coil foundation and the second is caisson foundation. Next. The foundation for the complex. For the foundation for shopping complex, we use rough foundation. Rough foundation is actually a thick concrete slab resting on a large area of soil reinforced with steel, supporting columns or walls that transfer load from the structure to the soil. Usually, net foundation is spread over the entire area of the structure and it is supporting. Rough foundation is generally used to support structure like residential or commercial building where soil condition is poor, storage tank, silos, foundation for heavy industrial equipment. Rough foundation are a type of foundation with high integrity in which four foundation piers are connected together using a large foundation slab to form a massive structure and the foundation piers are connected through beams.
Okay, the next I will discuss about the superstructure. Okay, people will spend the majority of the time in a building's superstructure. This covers the first and second floors of a house as well as any number of levels in bigger buildings. Beams, columns, finishes, windows, doors, roof, floors, and anything else are all part of the superstructure. Parts of superstructure are significantly longer than parts of the substructure. Eh, okay. This is the function of superstructure. The first is the internal and external component of a building are visible above the substructure. The second is the structure from the flange to the roof of the building. The third is above the bearing structure and the wearing surface. The fourth is this surface transfers load from the building upper level to the substructure. Okay, this is part of superstructure that we have in our building. The floor, the roof, the beams, the columns, the walls, and the lastly is transportation structure. Okay, the first is the floor. The floor that we use is porcelain tile. Porcelain is a more defined type of clay ceramic tile. Okay, the second one is about the roof. The roof that we use is flat roof. These roofs are not suitable in areas where the roof may become saturated by rain and leak or where water soaks into the brickwork. Thank you.
Okay, I would like to continue. The next is beam. Beam has four types, which is cantilever, fixed, simply supported, and overhanging. A beam is a horizontal structure element that spans distance between one and more support and may transmit vertical load across its longitudinal axis. Next. Okay, next is the column. Column are vertical construction that can support significant amount of weight. While the weight is transferred from the column to the foundation. Column have many shapes such as geometric shape, L shape, V shape, T shape. There are also a few classification of columns. Okay, the last next is the walls. The walls we use in this construction have two, which is brick walls and glass walls. Brick wall is a vertical structure element made of bricks and mortar that divides component of a building into different sections. The glass wall partition are designed to fit many different spaces and design ideas, so they can take up less floor space than a traditional structure. Thank you.
Okay, so transportation structure. The superstructure includes all the vertical transportation structures seen in the buildings and dwellings such as elevator, stair and lift, while stair and ramps are frequently the only things seen in residence. Most buildings also include escalator and elevator. So next. So, costing. Breaking down the structure into separate groups can be beneficial. The actual structure, for example, this only one portion of the entire cost. There are also several finishing charges, soft costs, and contractor fees to consider. While every project is different, you may break down some of the more common costs to see where your money goes during the process. The overall split of construction for an average small project fall into these categories. Fees for an architect and a builder may be added to the total cost. So the category for this cost is equipment fees, which is 8%, builder fees, which is 14%, architect fees 17%, outfitting and finishing cost 38%, and material cost, which is 40%. So apart from that, there is also a breakdown of costing involving the number of professionals who will be working on the construction site. Under the general contractor, this number of professionals will perform the task to carry out the project. However, professionals can also be hired separately to save on the final cost of the project. This number of professionals also plays an important role in determining the cost of for a construction project to be carried out. The following is a list of expected costs for labor payments during the project development. The professional involved is painter, electrician, excavator, mason, carpenter, plumbers, and also structural engineer. So there are also costs that we need to emphasize so that the costs can be calculated accurately and do not cause problem to this construction project. The cost is the cost of finishing of equipment to be carried out. Example for this cost are light, display, signage, and so on. This cost calculation requires the design of the building in order to determine the number of material used. So the category for this cost is ceiling, indoor signage, outdoor signage, flooring, lighting, roofing, and also display and features. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Alright, for the project management and project planning, the important factors which can cause a construction delay during the initial stage are identified to calculate the delay rate so that the necessary increase or reduction in the material usage can be computed in advance. Controlling the construction process based on the framework duration, improve on the process of integrating the actual data into the schedule management for a shopping complex project. The planned, actual, and delay data for the construction by the construction material type is entered as input data by the year, month, and date. Next. For the risk management, first is the construction period risk. Construction period risk measure include risk of timbering renewal and change, risk of construction techniques and technologies innovation, risk of architectural design, change or calculation error, equipment malfunction damage, or construction accident. Next one is design risk. Design risk refer to the loss resulting from a developer in the preliminary design stage. The design standing order was too simple, design time was pressing, design units and developer did not communicate detailedly on design tasks. And the last one is construction quality risk. Construction quality risk means the quality error occur in quality control, root in raw material, disfigurement or technical error, and improper method of operation construction technique premature. Next. Alright, for our Gantt chart, this is a Gantt chart of our work process. The work process can be controlled with punctually and thoroughness by using this. It took us a year to complete our project. Next. In a conclusion, we can say that shopping complex is one of the multi-purpose facilities to be erected in the Pagoh because Pagoh area is also one of developing areas. The ability to shop and enjoy a range of goods and service all under one roof will make life easier for residents in Pagoh area. The development of the shopping mall at Pagoh area is a good idea as there are many students and residential living around the university city area. That's all for us. Thank you.